Ooh, my hair is spinning. My head is spinning. Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, friends, enemies and comrades, karibuni sana, karibuni sana. This is Kenya Revolutionary. I hope you're doing well, wherever you are in this Sunday night or evening, whatever you are. If you're in Europe, it's probably early usiku kidogo. Kenya ni usiku. Of course, reporting live from Nairobi. Anyway, karibu. I'm trying to fix my mic. Bear with me. Bear na mimi. Aya, sa ndio hiyo mic. Karibu, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, friends and comrades. I see my good friends are on the comment section hapo. Mama Mariam. Karibu sana. Gypsy Corner. Karibu. Naona hapo. Karibu. Nice seeing you, and everybody else who's going to watch. We are going to talk about this today. Popular revolution in Kenya on 20th October. DJ Moda, karibu sana. Nice seeing you. As you can see, there are some quarters during these discussions that we have been having, or the country is having, are contemplating having a surprise party for President William Samoei Ruto on the 20th. I'm doing good. Thank you very much, DJ Mora. I'm doing very good. While we're in the midst of these discussions, all the brouhaha that has been caused by the so-called impeachment process, the motion that has been brought, and the subsequent public participation that's out there, that people are jumping around on a chapana mangumi and arguing, passionately expressing themselves through the media and other avenues. There are some people who are discussing and seriously considering October 20th, which will used to be Kenyatta Day. It's nowadays Mashujaa Day, honoring our heroes like Rex and others, and the members of the military who have lost their lives in various missions. Some want to take this opportunity to create or to make heroes that can march to the State House in Nairobi, something akin to what happened in Bangladesh. I would support that wholeheartedly. Clean Black Sneakers, karibu. I'm glad to see you. Nice seeing you. I haven't seen you for a while. I hope you're doing well, wherever you are. So karibuni as we get started. But before we get to that 20th Mashujaa Day that they're talking about, I want to talk about something else. I want to explore something that we've been discussing, and I want to be very dismissive of these individuals that I'm going to mention. Number one, I will start with Mr. Kasmuel Makoure. And also, I will touch on Morara. Yes, some of you might find this controversial, but this is Kenya Revolutionary, so controversy is my middle name. We're going to explore the reasons why I think, by now we know Kasmuel is Msaliti. There's a song out there. There's a hit song that's called Kasmuel Msaliti. But I want us also to examine this Morara guy. I know he had been kidnapped by the DCI. Wakamshika, presented to the courts. They read him some trumped-up charges that don't make anything. Then they let him go. And we saw what happened after that when he went to the Ninio during the public participation last Friday, when he was attacked by, of course, the Kajuang ODM faction of the Azimio brigade, who attacked him. And then we saw the video that came out of this man who was creating a video saying that they want to get him eliminated. I will play that video too. But with all these things that are happening with not Kasmuel, but Morara, we have to ask questions. Kuna vitu. And yesterday when DJ Moda was here, when he gave his first submission before he left us, he asked a question. Why were they attacking Morara specifically, Kebaso Morara? And that is a question that I will also explore. But firstly, today, Ruto was not Ruto, but Gachagua, his deputy president, was there somewhere in a church and he was asking for. I'm not going to dwell much on Gachagua because it's all shenanigans. I want to concentrate on something else. And like I say, the two folks, the two young Gen Zs, and I want to emphasize this, ladies and gentlemen, and this is going to be the theme for this today, this live stream today, that let's move away from anyone who is perceived to be a leader of any political outfit, whether it's a political party, whether it's the ODM Azimio folks, whether it's the Jubilee Azimio folks, whether it's the UDA Kenya Kwanza folks, whether it's the Inject Party or any other party. Let's move away from these people. Let's move away from these what we call what do you call people who play with people on people's feelings? I even forgot the term. But anyway, these perceived so-called leaders of these movements, we should avoid them. And I will tell you why. Karibu Sana, Miriam say, IBC should be constructed or constituted with immediate effect. Yes, but I'm not too excited about the IBC because, as you know, when they changed the law, the IBC amendment bill, if you look at it, it basically gives an advantage to Kenya Kwanza and Azimio, who make up the majority in the parliament. And there are some statutes or some parts of that IBC amendment bill which basically give room for a possible possible rigging. For example, the mobile voting stations. What kind of law is that? I mean, we already discussed that, but I can go. We can go about that. De jure point blank analysis. Mora is certainly attacked for exposing the regime's soft underbelly, i.e., ghost corrupt projects. Yes. Pitpal Kaur. Nice seeing you, my friend. It's a pleasure. Clean Black Sneakers telling me manipulators? Absolutely. A possibility. De jure. I would respectfully. IBC amendment bill is unconstitutional. Yes. De jure, respectfully, I would disagree with you. I agree with you that he is attacking and exposing the government's ghost projects. I agree with you on that part. But to me, I think Morara is being used for a larger purpose. I don't think there's a power behind Morara, and Morara is playing his part. I don't think Morara is someone who can seriously challenge Ruto as far as removing him from power. Now I see people gravitating towards him, which is okay. It's fine because he's refreshing, he's young, he's intelligent, he's articulate, he's telling us what we want to hear. He's addressing the things that we are tired of in this Kenya. But the focus, remember, my friend, the focus that I want to make sure I bring you back to the focus, which is Ruto must go, not only go, but go right now. That is the language we should be speaking. I don't want to hear about Inject Party, sijui nini, sijui whatever, civic education, and all this talk that people are talking. Again, I always make this point that when the Bangladeshi citizens went and removed their prime minister and all the lawmakers, they were not sitting around saying, let's have civic education before we remove the prime minister. They got sick of what their prime minister policies and behavior of the National Assembly, their National Assembly, and they just congregated, agreed to march and forcefully remove their prime minister from power. There was no time to dilly-dally talking about impeaching the assistant prime minister or impeaching their parliamentarians, their lawmakers, or impeaching a certain governor. They got tired and they said, let's meet up at downtown. What's the capital of Bangladesh? Somebody tell me. Google it. And they met up there. Students, all people of all generation, all people of all classes, all people of all political persuasions, all people of all ages. And they said, we are going to remove that prime minister through popular revolution. And indeed, when the prime minister tried to bring in the army had to turn and went and told the prime minister, Madam Prime Minister, you have 45 minutes to leave the country. You are no longer have power as the prime minister, as the head of the state. And so they succeeded in removing their prime minister. Same thing can be done. We kind of had a glimpse of what could have happened. Remember, there's that one time when people went to occupy the CBD, JKIA, if you remember, and Ruto was spooked and had to send members of the defense force, not only the police, but the members of the defense force. And when the army, men from the defense force, the army reached the ground, they actually told the police, do not shoot innocent, unarmed citizens who are peacefully protesting. They stopped a lot of and saved a lot of lives. In fact, the IG or acting IG of the time had to come to Nairobi and pretend that he was with the people. And also, not only that, the army marched with the people as they escorted the people back to their neighborhood, and people were singing, say, tuko na majeshi, tuko na majeshi. Another example that if push comes to shove, if Ruto was to lose his head and call the army to the streets to try to stop the Mandamano, a popular revolution, the army shall turn against him and ask him, hey, the people have spoken. We work for the people. We don't work for you. We work for the state, and the state is given power by the people that it governs. Okay? So if the people decide that they are tired of you, that's it. Remember how Mugabe also lost his power. People met at Harare, Zimbabwe, and Robert Mugabe ordered his military to go to the streets of Harare to quell the peaceful demonstrations that were happening at Harare. And the top generals went in and asked Mr. Mugabe and told him, Mzee, we hear what you're saying, but the people have spoken, and we are working for the people, not for you. So I'm sorry, you have to step down. And stepping down, he did, and subsequently died after that. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get to it. The juror is telling us, I concur with you on the Bangladesh approach. The revolution is not a dinner party. Yes, it is not a dinner party. I agree with you. De jure, very good observation. Clean Black 67. People are sick to death of bad leadership. Yes, they are. I agree with you. She Miriam anasema, our military are all in the pocket. Yes, Kenya majeshi hawawezi. We'll see. Because remember, like I say, the signs from the last time were ninyo. Now, let's get to the video. I want to start interrogating something here, because I know there are a lot of people who like Morara and all that stuff. He's a good young man. I think he's a young man who's caught up in this whole Gen Z movement, anti-government, and he was very unique. I have to give him props that his approach was very direct. He was not hiding his ambitions. He was not pretending that Kasmuel came in and gave us a lot of words. At first, he was telling us that, oh, we are leaderless, partyless, and all that stuff. Then he went to Spice FM and he declared himself the leader of the movement. Then he was seen taking photos with the oppressors, the Soros and the Mike Sonko and the Emilio Diambos. And this kind of turned everyone off. And his speech yesterday kind of pretty much told us that this man is looking out for himself. He doesn't really care about this Gen Z movement. In fact, I don't think he cares about the plight of a majority of Kenyans. You can tell by the way he dresses, the way he presents himself. He's somebody who's just looking out for himself in the name of, fighting for Kenyans. He doesn't care about Kenyans. I can tell you that. I called it earlier. I told you, this guy, there's something wrong with it. As we start continuing, before I start playing you the first video, ladies and gentlemen, and brothers, sisters, friends, and comrades, if you haven't subscribed to this channel, go ahead and subscribe to this channel right now. If this is your first time, you had the recommendation from somewhere else, and you're wondering what this channel is about, it's about Kenyan politics and politics in general, but Kenyan to be specific. And if you're going to watch this on repeat later on, please do like, share, subscribe, and comment if you will. And if you're already here and you haven't liked the video, go ahead. The first order of business is what? Liking the video. Liking the video. Please, 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 let's get started. All right. They're all Wazy. Yes, yes, yes. Bruce Yagdev, nice to see you, my brother. I haven't seen you for a while. Now, I'm glad, Bruce, also you came through because you just reminded him of something that I was mentioning yesterday. And I say that I was upset and disappointed that after all this Gachagua thing, we've lost focus because the focus was at some point was on justice for Bruce. And now it's a new hashtag. We keep on forgetting things. We are getting off. You see, the focus was Ruto must go. We moved from there to Kaletwei mambo ya Adani, which was fine. We exposed the Adani. Actually, the Adani was moving us, giving us more ammunition, anger towards Ruto, and we kept on maintaining. We were thinking about going back to the streets to remove Ruto. Then Ruto played his card, akatumia Morara hapo, kutumia Morara, took him ninio, akampeleka DCI. Everyone's attention shifted to Morara. Okay, and even before that, Morara, gave a speech about justice for Bruce. Justice for Bruce was trending, arrests the governor of Mombasa. Then he was arrested and the focus shifted to Morara. Morara katoka the next day, it was all Morara. Then we are now on Gachagua, and now the thing is about Gachagua. No one is talking about Ruto. But again, some people are making the case that Ruto na Gachagua waende, which is fine. But I'm just saying, let's get back to the main focus, which was Ruto must go. And when I say Ruto must go, it's not only Ruto. Ruto and the entire executive branch of the government and the National Assembly too have to go. All of them. It is not only Ruto. It is the whole representative bodies of our government, which is the National Assembly, governors, MCAs, and the executive branch, which consists of Ruto and his minions in his administration, including Gachagua and everybody else. That should be the focus. That is what was it was all about when we were talking about the Ruto must go movement. But tukachezwa tialala tibim tabam wikaanza kuzungumza mambo ya Morara, which is fine, but we lost focus. No one is talking about justice for Bruce. No one is talking about Ruto must go. The focus should be back to Ruto must go. That is the focus. That is the focus. That is the focus. Ruto must go. Tuache mchezo mingi ya msijui nini na tialala tibim tabam. But let's get started, ladies and gentlemen. As I said, let's get started. Tuanze. Haya. Let me start with this. I want to start with this video. What time is it? Let me see. Is it over 8 minutes so I can start casting? Okay. All right. Let me start with this video. I want to start. For those of you who wanted to hear about Gachagua, we'll get there. He's not the main meal. He's not the main meal. I'll read your comments, ladies and gentlemen. Just give me a second, if I may start with the main meal, okay? Because I want to emphasize, I want to call out, I want you to think. Don't agree with me. Just don't agree with me. Challenge my thinking, but also come up with your own thought, okay? That's how you learn, okay? The Socratic learning. Ask the why, when, where, what. Socratic learning, okay? While if you read about Socrates, you know something about that. Yani usikue tu mtu na krama. Nani amesema, okay, ndio hiyo. Baba akisema hiyo imetosha. Though I'm not your baba, I'm just saying, you know how the Azimio folks were arguing, okay? Baba akisema hiyo imetosha. Mimi ni nani nipinge? No, you have to think for yourself. Be an independent thinker and do not be afraid to disagree with anyone if you feel differently, okay? That's how you grow intellectually. So I want to paint this picture. I want us to review this Morara thing, okay? I want us to, and we'll come back to the whole hii mambo yote tulikuwa tunaongelea na mambo mingi, okay? So, all right. Let's get to it. Some of these videos, okay. Let me start with the one where what happened in Where was that place? Where was Murara attacked? I forgot the place. Okay. Yeah, like the video, ladies and gentlemen. Says find this video. Naitafuta. Okay, I got one. All right. Good. We are getting started. Now, later on, I might put the Ninio here. Yes, James Wange, agree with you. Ruto must go. He must go. That is the focus. Let's not. That is. I like that, Nani James. I agree with you. I agree with you. So our friend here, I called him long time ago, but I will, for the sake, for shits and giggles, we shall do that. All right. This is what he was saying, and we are playing his Ninio. Because I want to point out some things about these so-called people that we kind of had hopes of, the flavor of the month. Sorry, guys. Let me try one more time. All right, I'm back. Poleni. I don't know if somebody's messing with me, but it's okay. Here's this first video that I wanted to play. Let's get to this one.
You, on my own discretion as the chairman of public participation, Gachagua. Viva gente, viva! Viva Wakenya, viva! Viva gente, viva! Tunasema kama vijana wa Kenya kwamba kuna motion, na sasa hii bunge tumedisagree nao mara mingi, lakini hata saa yenye imeharibika, a broken clock is right 2 times. Bunge is doing the right thing. And we want them to ensure that we see any person who wants to foster tribalism in this country to go. Gachagua must go. Gachagua must go. Na Wakenya wenzangu, nyinyi kama vijana, tunashinda tukisema kwamba lazima we ensure we protect our country. Saizi pia tunataka wabunge kama wanataka kutoa Gachagua, pia watusaidie na mambo ya social health, wahakikishe tunapata afya nzuri, wahakikishe funding model wanashughulikia, wahakikishe kwamba wewe kama walisema serikali ni ya mama mboga, waheshimiwa, nyinyi mko katika bunge. We disagree with you in public, but I've gotten the chance to tell it to your faces. Nobody is trying to ban this country. I want to assure you, niliona wakisema parliament that they need security. Sisi walikuwa hapo on Tuesday, tulikuwa hapo court. Hatutaki kuchoma hao watu, tunataka watupatie policies za mwananchi, si ndio? Nataka vijana wapate kazi, wamama wapate linda mama, na watoto wakienda shule wakule. But the bottom line of leo, ndio tumalize ukabila Kenya, ndio tumalize siasa ya shareholders, ndio tumalize hii siasa ya kutanganya watu. Gachagua, Wakenya siwasikii Gachagua. Viva vijana, viva! Viva Gen Z, viva! Long live the Kenyan democracy, long live! Asanteni sana.
Okay, that is I like that comment by the juror analyst. And I said, Marty, he got Kajwang introducing Kasmuel is like the devil introducing a prophet for you. How are you going to trust the devil's prophet? Absolutely. Now, here's one thing I want to on Kasmuel, and we'll make it short because by now I think it should be clear that Kasmuel is not one that cares about the plight of Kenyans. Okay, he's a cloud chaser, as Yusuf rightfully pointed it out. Here's the thing. Now, he went there and he's trying to be crafty by trying to behave as if he's championing he's championing the interest of the Gen Zs, the issues that Gen Zs were putting forth by saying that, I'm right now telling the members of parliament in their faces about Mama Mboga and all this nonsense that he was trying to, say in the podium. It's very clear. You can see this guy is already rubbing shoulders with the MPs. Remember, that's why I want to bring you the focus back to Ruto must go. Ruto must go. Ruto na Gachagua must go. Ruto must go. Here's the thing. Here is what worked. We can agree on one thing. Here is what worked. What worked was this. We agreed that we were leaderless, partyless, and tribeless. Leaderless, partyless, and tribeless. Nani has violated one or the two of the agreement. That was the principle. Kasmuel has violated that because he declared himself the leader of Gen Z when he was at Spice FM. Morara has violated that principle by declaring himself the head of Inject movement. Okay? In fact, he's a presidential candidate. Now, it is within his right to do so. That's not a problem. That's his right to do so. But in order for this movement to work, in order to remove Ruto, we have to remain partyless, tribeless, nanini, leaderless. Okay? So Morara is Msaliti. Kasmuel is Msaliti. He has shown his hand and he's getting a backlash in his page. He's very defensive because he knows even Hanifa told him you cannot dine with the devil and act as a prophet. I mean, I'm just paraphrasing what he was saying. You can go to his Kasmuel is a gone case, is a basket case. I was reading Miguna's page and he was talking about he was trying to mentor these two young men, Morara and Kasmuel, and he was saying we shouldn't be hard on them because they'll make mistakes and they can redeem themselves. I would like to disagree with Miguna. In a revolution, you cannot afford to make such mistakes. There's no time for a grooming or for somebody to be under your wing. When you get to a revolutionary movement, this is not a sports team. We are not being in a revolutionary movement so that you can win a prize. Okay? This is a matter of life or death. You throw yourself in there believing in the ideology of the movement and the goal of the movement. There's no time for these games. There's no time to be on someone's wing and learn how things are done. If you are a young man or you're an old man or you're a man of any adult age, we expect you, especially if you are going to commit to a revolutionary movement, to be committed to the ideology and the principles of that certain movement. Fidel Castro and Che Guevara, they had a clear goal of what they wanted to do for Cuba. Fidel Castro didn't run around asking Che Guevara, listen, can I be mentored by you? Che Guevara also didn't leave Mexico to go to the forest of Cuba and ask Castro, can I be mentored by you? No, they join and they say, hey, listen, we are going to train these revolutionary soldiers here and go remove Batista from power. And our ideology, whether they were a socialist or whatever political persuasion, theory, or whatever the case, philosophy they were teaching each other, or they were learning, or they believed in, is what they went by. There was no time for mentorship and such rubbish arguments as such. Okay, you get to the movement, and if you have question, we shall answer it for you. But the goal should be the enemy must be defeated. The enemy at the time, for the case of Castro and Che Guevara, was Batista in Cuba, who they successfully removed from power. Then they went further south in South America to try to try to remove, have this revolutionary movement in other countries like Venezuela. When later we had people like what's his name? The guy that died before Maduro. I forgot his name. But you understand what I'm saying. There's no time to play a student in this thing. All we need from you is commitment, even if you're a kid. So I don't want to hear people saying that we should give Makaure a second chance because he made a mistake. Makaure is intelligent enough to know that taking a picture with Osoro is unforgivable. Rubbing shoulders with Kajwang is unforgivable. Okay? Taking picture with Mike Sonko, a non-drug pusher, is unforgivable. So don't tell me that you want to mentor this corrupt, gullible, young, greedy, clout-chasing, fake revolutionaries. That is what I'm talking about. So please, Miguna, don't give me that bullshit about mentoring the kids. Okay? Now let's get to Kebaso Morara, another con man. I'm sorry if you like him, but I don't believe in him. I think this man is receiving money from either Gachagua, Ruto, or both. Okay? The likes of Jimmy Wanjigi. People who you shouldn't rub shoulders with if you're a true revolutionary. Let's get to it. Let's get to this Morara guy, because he seems to be the flavor of the month. We shall speak here and we shall speak the truth. Let's get to Morara. I know you like Morara. Let's get to him. I want to ask you the first question. Why was Morara arrested the night before Gachagua's so-called impeachment motion? That's the question number one. Question number two. Write it down, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, question number two. Okay? When he got out, I asked this question. Why was he permitted to go give a speech downtown? Question number three. Why? What was his business going to Bomas of Kenya? Why were they attacking him? Did he provoke someone? What was his business? Question number four. In the history of political assassinations, I never heard the killers of Ouko or JM Karaoke or of Piogama make a video saying that they were planning on taking their victims' lives. What was the cause for making this video? Don't you think we're being played here? Obviously, it's an intimidation tactic. But this is how I look at it also. It is a way to show Morara followers that Morara is such a threat that there's people who are willing to take out his life. This is all choreographed. Morara is a government agent. I'm sorry. I'm sorry if you believe so. I don't believe in this young man. He is part of this Gachagua, Azimio, and Kenya Kwanza nexus. I'll tell you why. The first move he made was to start a political party. Is political party something that the people need at this very moment? We know the history of political parties. Political parties are nothing but a cash cow. You get a check from the government because unfortunately, we have a law that actually says that if you have a political party, you should be paid and you get paid handsomely. That's why you see the ODM folks and Kenya Kwanza and all these useless people in Azimio and Kenya Kwanza, always a quick, if you have any, it's a business actually. That's why you remember that, what's his name? That politician from Ukambani that lost his life. Hey. Kalembendile. Kalembendile had a wonderful business where he started a political party because he knew the government will issue him some money. So this is the question I'm asking. Morara, a young, bright man, okay, clean cut, speaks well, seems to be addressing the issues that most people want to hear. I can draw parallels with Ruto. When Ruto was running for president, he was positioning himself as someone who was addressing the Kenyan people's problems. He tried to identify himself with the hustlers, the local people, the hardworking middle class and lower class. Thank you, Gypsy Corner, for your super chat. I see you there. Let me read your super chat. The super chat say, Gypsy Corner, it says, Kenya Rebel, please educate Kenyans because they are easily scammed and forgetful. Have coffee on me. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the super chat. I will read the rest, all of you comments. I just had to read that one because amenipatia kitu kidogo ya kukunywa kahawa. I'm just saying, I'm not discriminating. But anyway, as I continue to explain this, ask yourself this. Why did they start this political party called Inject Political Party? Now, if you think a political party is something that will help you remove Ruto in power, then you think wrong. All these kids that you see that are being propped up, the Kasmuel, the Masitarus, these are the Gandawala that you'll see join that Inject party. Listen to me. The priority right now, as I said, is Ruto must go. That was the thing. That was the real threat. Anybody that does not cause Ruto sleepless nights does not cause Ruto to call upon the defense forces to go to the streets or the police is not a threat to Ruto. Okay? Because Morara is talking about 2027. Good luck. Good luck. The game has been rigged already. So good luck, Morara, but I'm not buying it. Let's draw some parallels between two political activists who are fighting to change the system and how they were treated. Take the case of Kebaso Morara and take the case of Miguna. What was the difference between those two? How did the government deal with them? Start there. You might find help. Let's go. Let me go. Let me find you. Let me find this thing. Hold on, kidogo. I'll help you. Hold on. I will help you. We want to talk. I want to open your eyes so you can stop thinking and being fooled by these people. Because I started by telling you this. What worked for us was the fact that we stood on these three simple principles that worked effectively. That's why Ruto was confused. He didn't know if Hanifa, Kasmuel, Kebaso, Masiturus, or others were the leaders of Gen Z. He was confused. He did not know the fact if it was Jimmy Wanjigi, the Russians, the Ford Foundation, who was funding these demonstrations. Why did it work so well? Because they stood on the fact that they were leaderless, tribeless, and what? Partyless. And Morara has violated the first one. If you violate one, you violate all of it. Just like God says, if you violate one of the 10 commandments, you violate all. So by Morara starting that inject party, he violated the very simple principle that we agree upon, that we were buying into, which worked so well, that helped us occupy parliament. Parliament, as it stands by, it should not make any laws because it's illegal. You know that, because it had already been rendered useless by the people, the sovereign people of Kenya. Now, let's get to it. That's why I'm saying, if Morara agreed upon being partyless, leaderless, and tribeless, why did he form a party of Inject? Why is he talking about 2027? Yes, he's doing this and showing us all these ghost projects. Nice work. It's not like we didn't know about it, but thank you for putting it in light. I give you 2 points for that. But let's see how Morara was treated by this regime. Remember, Ruto regime is an extension of Uhuru Kenyatta regime. Uhuru Kenyatta regime is an extension of Kibaki regime. Kibaki regime is an extension of Moi's regime. Moi's regime is an extension of Jomo Kenyatta regime. It has never changed. All the presidents of Kenya still work for the British government. That's why you saw Meg Whitman, the US ambassador to Kenya, called Kenya a corporation, not a country, because still legally Kenya is a British corporation. Just like the US of A is a British corporation. We are being led by the British East African Company. That was the name of Kenya before it was the meeting in 1885, where Bismarck called all the leaders of Europe and agreed upon how they were going to divide up Africa. And they're still sticking to those policies to this day. That's why you see Monsanto still want to own, you want to force you to buy their seeds and illegalize having organic seeds for you to grow. If you can control the food supply in Africa, you can control the people. And they print you money and tell you that it has more value than the gold that you can actually dig in from your own ground. Let's get to it. Let's just move focus, because the focus is Ruto must go in Mashujaa Day. On Mashujaa Day, Ruto must start that trend. Go to X. Go right. Ruto must go on hashtag Mashujaa Day. Because that's when we want to see the real revolutionaries. If you want to talk about Gachagua, go to SoundCloud. They will talk to you about Raila Odinga and Gachagua and the nonsense and the tribalist bullshit that you are well fed in. You can always find on K24 and all the silly whatever. You can find that stuff. This is political 601, advanced class, political science. We don't talk about Raila and what Gachagua said in church today and all that stuff. Go talk about that. This is advanced class. Raila has been working for the CIA for the past 30 years. I've told you that. I'm trying to get Freedom of Information Act, FOI, on him. See any declassified information about Raila Odinga, East Africa. You have to pay some money so they can dig it out. Let's get to Morara, this charlatan. him along with Caswell. Let's review and look at this video as we continue. Before that, let's read Caswell's. Thank you, Clean Black Sneakers, for your super chats. Let's see. I want to show you something. This is what he was writing first before we go on. Caswell writes, to everyone telling me not to go for protest on Thursday because I've been marked and might be killed. Do you know that I was found on our rooftop on Friday night in noose ready to die? Wacha niende psych ward kiasi. Kama si majirani, singekuwa hapa leo, siogopi kifo. So he's trying to convince us that he is a targeted man. But while in Bomas, nobody really targeted him. Let me show you a video of Miguna Miguna, how he was treated when he really was fighting. Fighting who? Fighting the system. Real revolutionaries. Not Morara. Morara is easily vipindi vya mchezo wa town. Like the video, subscribe. Hold on. Are you ready? Aye. Like the video. We're not going to play around. So many. Let's go. Right here. Are you ready? This is some years back. Remember this?
Eating in prison. Yeah, we are in custody here. Yeah, we are in custody. It's flashing now.
Look at Raila.
Not going. No. I'm not going. I'm not boarding. I don't have a passport. I'm not boarding. I'm not going. Where are my luggage? Where is my passport? I'm not going anywhere. The captain cannot fly.
Put that down.
Cannot fly.
Put that phone down.
The captain cannot fly. The captain cannot fly. These are the court orders. Read them.
Yeah, I mean,
These court orders say I must be in this country. Yeah.
why are they not allowing you to?
Because of politics. They are scared of me. Now you, as a captain, is not allowed to fly me anywhere against my will. First of all, I don't have a passport. Secondly, I didn't book your plane. Thirdly, I don't have status in Dubai. So how am I going to go to Dubai? I don't live in Dubai. I don't work in Dubai. I have no connections to Dubai. So I'm not going to Dubai. Let them kill me. That's fine. Let them kill me. That's what they want. Let them go ahead and do it.
No, they're going to
But I'm not going to Dubai.
I've spoken to our management at Dubai, and they are going to get hold of immigration here to make sure that you don't come on there.
Yes. I don't want to come on this flight. I did not book it. They cannot chase me away like a pig when I have orders. I was born here. Some of these guys are not born here. They're just thugs that have been hired.
I understand that, sir.
And they have chased the media like rabbits. They're shooting at the media outside there.
Okay, that was I show you how Now, Rosa M., you ask what revolution has Miguna led that use him as an example. Let me jog your memory. Hold on. Let me help you a little bit. Can I help Rosa? I'll help you on that really quick. You see, when in 2017, when Uhuru lost the election and imposed himself as the winner, he ran against himself because Raila absconded, rightfully so. The people were with the Raila Odinga at the time, okay? They were with the Raila Odinga at the time. And Raila had reached out to Miguna, who was running his own NRM Kenya, okay, National Resistance Movement of Kenya, which joined hands with Raila Odinga's faction. We would think it was ODM or whatever the case is. And the influence of Miguna was so evident, okay, to a point where everyone was looking at Miguna for the next step, okay? That's why he explains when they were in Mombasa, the police forces, the security forces stopped him and never stopped Raila Odinga or anybody else. And that's why when they were looking at all this organization within that opposition, Kenyatta was targeting Miguna himself. And that's why he was explaining that when they went to Uhuru Park that day, when Uhuru Kenyatta was trying to stop them, but they went and wakapisha Raila, the next move was to go to the State House and forcefully remove Uhuru Kenyatta from power. But they targeted Miguna because he was now becoming the force and the voice of the opposition. And he was leading the movement to remove that regime of Uhuru Kenyatta. So you ask, what revolution has Miguna led that you use him as an example? I use him as an example because he was the most influential revolutionary-minded Kenyan that wanted to change the system using the opposition party at the time. You understand what I'm saying? And the government of the day, who had already bought Raila Odinga, targeted him because they understood that he was the engine behind all this resistance movement in Kenya. So that's why. Okay? Now, compare that with Morara. I'm juxtaposing the two incidences so you can understand why this whole Morara thing is a joke. Morara was being protected by the police, the very police who were ordered to go kill those innocent protesters of Gen Zs when they were in the streets. I'm sorry. I don't know if you live in Kenya, but we all know that if you are in the opposition and you're opposing the government, the last people to protect you are the Kenyan police. Do the math. Let's look at Morara's Bomas incident. Somebody posed the question yesterday, why were they targeting Morara? Why Morara? What did Morara do? Morara alienda tu hapo hivyo akaanza kuatakiwa. For what? What did he exactly do? Hold on. I'll show you. We have to review this. I want you to think a little bit. Where did I put it? Crap. Do I have the right one? Okay, here.
Principal assistant wa president. Na president ameonyesha wazi. Order!
Can we secure those papers? Wewe huwezi kuja kuharibu mkutano ya public participation. Everyone has an opinion. Piga. Wacheni kupigana. Marara, you cannot come to destroy a meeting. Haya, nyamaza.
Haya, ketini chini.
Wapi?
Haya, tukae chini. Tukae chini.
Kaeni chini.
Tukae chini.
Kaeni chini. Wale walikuja public participation wakae. Wale walimobiliziwa kuja kuharibu waondoke. Wale wamekuja public participation wakae.
Haya, kaeni chini.
Haya, tukae. Order, tukae. Tukae chini. Tukae chini. Tukae chini. Tukae chini. Tukae chini. Tukae chini. Tukae chini.
Haya, keti chini. Everybody sit down.
Tukae chini. Tukae chini.
Everybody sit
Tukae
down.
chini. Wana Nairobi, tukae chini.
Haya, tukae chini. Haya, tukae chini.
Tukae chini watu wetu, tukae chini, tukae chini.
Nairobi oye!
Oye.
Tunasema hivi. Kupa dereva. Kupa dereva.
Tumetika is to test the limits of speed.
Hold on, guys.
Welcome to Betika, the home of champions.
Hiyo inaitangwa M-Pesa. So tuko hivi.
Hold
Sisi
on.
kama
So here's the point I'm trying to make. As Attica, Karibu Atticus, I see you. And you make a very good point there. I told you the whole point about this Morara being attacked, again, it's a disruption. From the day, listen to me very carefully, pay attention. From the day they arrested Morara on the eve of the motion being presented in the parliament for another disruption of Gachagua being impeachment motion, okay? It has all been chaotic since then. We were following up where Morara alikuwa anapelekwa, whether it was in DCI in Kiambu, DCI is up in Nairobi, whatever, Nakuru. We were following together. Everybody was glued into following where Morara is. Or our attention was focused on Morara. Following the next day, wakina Karua wakarukia when he was presented in the kotini. Okay? Follow the next day. The same day, akaenda kwa town, tear gas, pa. Then the same day, the motion of Gachagua ikaanza. Right? Now we started debating Gachagua. Then, while we are still debating Gachagua, public participation ndio hiyo. Another disruption. Disruption ya nini? Bomas. Morara has been attacked. Kasmuel ndio anaongea. Vipindi, they are keeping you busy, your focus. Meanwhile, you missed something. Umejua umemiss nini? Let me show you something that you missed. We focus yako iko wapi? Iko kwa Morara na Gachagua, si ndio? Haya. Sawa basi. This is what you should be mandamaraning against. Do you see the screen? Can you see it? Breaking news. This was yesterday. Adani boss has arrived in Kenya to push for Adani JKIA deal. He's reading. Ndio hiyo. Nyinyi focus yenu mnaangalia Morara kwa wapi? Morara anachapana sijui anachapwa mangumi yuko sijui wapi. Gachagua ameenda sijui wapi. The focus right now, the hot topic is Morara and Gachagua, and it's all related. Distraction. Ndio msiende mkienda wana distract, ndio msiende mkamaandamane juu ya ninio ya Adani, msiende JKIA na huyu mwenye Adani aone ati mnaenda kuninio hapo kwa JKIA. Hamtaki kitu. You see what I'm saying? Na inaendelea. They are coming up with ninio. I ask you. Huh? That's why I ask you. Why is someone, we can all agree we want Ruto out. Why are you why do you want to wait till 2027? Kwa nini tugoje 2027? Answer me that. Yeah, they are busy. Yes, Atticus, you're right. Wako kazi. They are busy. That's the point I want to drive home. Sorry. Ni kama kuna kitu hapa nashikilia kidogo. Yeah. That's what I'm trying to tell you today. The focus, mumezungushwa, mmesahau. Absolutely. Rosa, now you're getting to where Ninio. And listen, the whole angle with Morara is this. They are going to use him, mweke all your hopes in him. Okay? And they'll continue with these vipindi vya Morara. You'll never hear him talk about, listen, if Morara is real, let him tell the people, let's meet up, twende tukatoe Ruto. Now, I'll start believing in him. But how is he doing it? Anawambia, okay, inject ndio hiyo imesha, we've already have that inject political party. Sasa anzini kujoin, alafu tutaanza kutarget sijui nini. Things that do not affect Ruto directly. But he's the perfect piece to distract you from all the atrocities Ruto is causing. Same thing Raila Odinga did. Tialala, tibim tabam. We thought he was going to be the president. Yeah, tuenda ikulu. Yeah. Terengenye, we believed. Until the last minute, anaangusha. Morara is inheriting that. That's how he's going to be used. Mulizungushwa. I remember those days. Tialala tibim ta terengenye pap. Electoral justice nini alafu nini ikaisha na AU. Huyo akaanza kuona. If you want to know someone is very effective, let me tell you another thing. If you want to know somebody is threatening the political class in Kenya and has the ability cause a revolution, utaona hata Raila anaingililia to come help his brother Ruto, because because what you have to understand is this. Ruto akianguka, if Ruto is overthrown, Ruto and his cabal, Gachagua na wao watu wengine, now members of parliament, and if we have a government that's accountable and follows the constitution, our watu wote will have to answer questions of their corrupt deals. So it is in their interest to see that their fellow members of political class ambao wanaiba now stays in power. Gen Z vile ilishika moto. Remember what worked. They were leaderless, tribeless, and partyless. Kulikuwa hakuna mambo ya Gen Z party, kulikuwa hakuna mambo ya inject party. Nobody knew who was the leader. And they troubled Ruto so much to a point where Ruto akaita Raila alete wakora wake to disrupt the maandamanos with the help of also mapolisi. That's how you know when the political class are threatened, they all converge. They become one, wanashikana. Mambo ikikuwa hot. Hata utaona Uhuru atatoka kwa ile hiyo nini amejificha huko. He will also join. Watakuja pamoja washikane, waseme hey, for the sake of peace, utawasikia for the sake of peace. Tukaeni hapa for the sake of peace, for the sake of peace. That's how they operate. So, you don't have to agree with me. In fact, I encourage you not to agree with me. I just want you to think every time what Morara is doing. It seems good on the surface, but what is his role? Who's the overall beneficiary of his actions in the long run? While you put faith in him and you support him, and you have every right to support him. In fact, go support him if you want. I personally won't, but go do it. But that's what you need to ask yourselves, that question. Because Ruto doesn't seem threatened by Morara at all. If anything, Morara is playing a very pivotal part in his mission. Mission of destruction. Detraction. Vipindi. Mchezo wa town. So think. I just want you to think. Niliwaambia mambo ya Kasmuel. Niliwawon. Squeeze him naona. I told you about nani Kasmuel. Morara ataendelea vizuri. Listen to me very carefully. Morara will continue. Alafu after his usefulness imeisha, watambwaga. Angalieni. Follow kwa makini. Just like I told you about Tialala and Tibim. Mufuateni. But you have all the rights. Miss Taki, like I said, Sitaki, don't agree with me. I don't want you to agree. I just want you to think. Rosa isema tuachana na Kasmuelis. Yeah. Aya. Speaking of the topic of, what is the topic of the day? The stock of the day. So mnataka the talk of the day. Wacha niwachezee the talk of the day. I'll help you. Sintuko hapa. Like and subscribe, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, friends and enemies. Tutaguzia tu haraka. Like, ladies and gentlemen, and subscribe. You guys are ready? Subscribe. And I will read your comments in a minute. Subscribe, ingieni, like. All that. Ndio hiyo ya leo. Your friend.
And I'm Jesse Rogers. Welcome to the broadcast. Let's get you informed. Now, tonight, embattled Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua, feeling cornered, has made an about turn and asked for forgiveness from his boss, President William Ruto, and members of parliament, whom he's going to face on Tuesday during his impeachment motion.
Now, the beleaguered deputy president, who held a special church service at the prayer altar at his official current residence, called for truce with President Ruto, who has not uttered a word on wars facing his deputy.
That's right, Ashley. Today, the president attended a church service at AIC Milimani Church in Nairobi, but steered off the matter.
Jeff Kirui with the details.
Besieged, hard-pressed and cornered, Deputy President Geoffrey Rigathi Gachagua sought divine intervention in a church service held at his current residence altar. And after hard-hitting statements in the past, Gachagua was today a humbled man as he made his final submission with a message to his boss, President William Ruto.
So my brother, President William Ruto, if in our zeal to work, I have wronged you, please find it in your heart to forgive me.
President Ruto has remained tight-lipped on the tribulations facing his deputy. Earlier on, when he attended a church service at AIC Milimani in Nairobi, President Ruto steered clear of the matter.
In everything that we do, in business, in service, in leadership, that we may seek to know God's will and to pursue and attain and to ask God to help us to achieve that which is in his perfect design and destiny.
The silence of President William Ruto has made Gachagua and his allies to read the president's hand in the impeachment push. 291 members of the National Assembly have appended their signatures in support of the ouster motion against the DP.
To our members of parliament, if in the course of duty, through our utterances and actions, we have in one way or another upset you, all wronged you, find it in your heart to forgive me.
With legislators that appear emboldened to politically sacrifice the second in command, a visibly subdued Rigathi Gachagua is looking up to the judiciary to rescue him.
I appeal to our independent institutions to uphold the rule of law and remain true to the Constitution so that we don't get in situations where we can have a country that feels that the rule of the jungle is in application.
We can believe God to calm the storms, and they will become. This place, you have been told by the Father of Faith, every time there is trouble, we come here.
The special prayers come ahead of Tuesday's debate in the National Assembly, where MPs will debate and decide on the motion which must garner 2/3 for it to proceed to the Senate for trial. Jeff Kirui, KT.
Mambo ni kayo. All right. I'm going to open this up for about 30 minutes. If you have anything you want to share, kuja ufungue roho. Karibu karibu. As we read the comments, you give me a view. If you want to get to the studio, I'll be here for 30 minutes. Kama kuna mtu anataka kuingia, kesho ni Monday. I know you guys have things to do. So yeah. But what I want to emphasize again, Ruto must go. Mashujaa Day. Isn't that the perfect day of removing Ruto? I think so. Let's see. Mashujaa Day, it will be ideal day to remove Ruto. Here's one thing. I saw this on Miguna's page. It was a graph of the feeling among Kenyans regarding all this, regarding Gachagua impeachment. And here's the results. The results is as follows. Here's a map, a graph map of how people feel. I hope you can see the screen. Let me remove the comment here so we can see the screen clearly. All right. Can you see it? So here it says, Kenya aired their voices on Gachagua's impeachment motion. The red represents the no. People who voted no, Gachagua should not be impeached. The blue represent, the red represents the people who voted no, Gachagua should not be removed, which represents 60% of the population. The blue represent the yes, the people who want, which makes up, it's North Rift and Nyanza. 5% did not participate. So you can see the majority of Kenyans actually want Ruto. Majority of people feel like Ruto and Gachagua should both leave. Both of them, not only one, both of them. Ladies and gentlemen, think about it as you go to these WhatsApp political groups. Share this clip. Focus must remain. Ruto must go. Not 2027. Not starting a political party, but starting a popular revolution, which is leaderless, tribeless, and partyless. That is what made June 25th successful. The day that we rendered the National Assembly, the Senate, we rendered it useless. The legislative body was useless then. A successful maandamano. It's unfortunate that we lost young men and women like Rex and others. But what made the movement successful was the fact that it was tribeless, partyless, and leaderless. And the aim, the goal was clear after that. The goal is Ruto must go. Not all these Kebasos shenanigans, not all these Gachagua shenanigans. Ruto must go. Gypsy Corner is telling me Gachagua didn't apologize. Rebel, check the video. The mirroring of Ruto apologizing to Ruto, same wordings. They are both in the game. I told you. I told you. That's why I keep on asking people who really think that Ruto is beefing with Kenyatta. I asked them this one question. If Uhuru Kenyatta really hated Ruto as we were meant to believe, do you really think Kenyatta would have passed that sword to Ruto, giving him power? Do you? Do you seriously believe that? Do you? Ilikuwa mchezo wa town. And the same script is being written with Ninio. Let me find that video, Dani, now Gypsy Corner, that you mentioned it. Hold on. Let me find this video if I can find it. Of Ruto apologizing. Let me find it. I can't find it. I can't find it. I don't know if this is the same one. Able to angalie. It's kind of lengthy. Listen here. Able to angalia if the same. The same script is being written by the same, just like Atticus told us, script here, NIS.
I want to invite my brother William to come to the stage. Karibu. Don't worry, we're not singing today. You don't have to worry about that. And as I do, I want to invite also my brother Raila and Kalonzo. We have campaigned against one another. We have said nasty things about each other. We have hurt one another. On my behalf, Ndugu, I ask for your forgiveness. Yeah. And I tender my apology.
Mr. President, I thought you were going to do this on our behalf. So, as my brother President Uhuru has said, and maybe I'm the one who is most accused, I want my brother Stephen, on behalf of all our teams and following in the footsteps of these great leaders, I want to say for all the things that I did say or do on behalf of all our teams, I want to ask for your forgiveness. And on my behalf, and all those behind us, I tender my apology.
I don't think that was the video, but all these four con men need to return the money that they've stolen from Kenyan people and ask for forgiveness. And after they ask for forgiveness, we need to jail them. Life imprisonment. So that's that. I don't think that was the one that he was asking the Kenyatta for forgiveness, but there's one. But anyway, that's what it is. The focus should come back to where it needs to be, which is Ruto must go. Now, let me read your comments real quick. Rosa M says, we Kenyans are in a narcissistic relationship with Ruto. He is playing nasty mind games on us. We are exhausted. By the time we wake up, he will own everything. Hashtag Ruto must go now. Absolutely. That's the new hashtag we need. Ruto must go now. Gypsy Corner, there's a better one. That one, yeah, I was trying to find it. I don't know which one exactly where I can find it. Nama Aye say, why do you think he takes mark for religion by being against Senate and church regulation? Rosa says, something tells me that impeachment motion will not go through. It's all a game to bring central Kenya to its knees. Absolutely. The impeachment is not going. Gachagua is not going anywhere. I will tell you right now. It's going nowhere. Nowhere fast. Okay? It's going nowhere. There's a blockchain poll online that shows 77% want both Ruto and Gachagua to go. Yes, I believe that. I believe that wholeheartedly. They want everyone gone. Yes, he says Ruto must go. Ataende apende asipende. No more paying tax. Yes, they all need to go. Shida ni hatuwachapi tukiwaona hawa ma politicians. Exactly. We need to stop playing games with them. Yes, we need to. We need to stop playing games with them. But anyway, guys, It's Sunday. I know you guys have better things to do. Kesho ni Mondays. Wengine mnarudi kazini, wengine mko na watoto, wanaenda shule, some of you are in college, or whatever the case is. It's been a pleasure. I would like to thank Clean Black Sneakers and Gypsy Corner for your super chats. I would like to thank Atticus, my brother. I haven't seen you for a while. Joseph Badas for showing up. Everyone that's been watching, people who are watching secretly over there, whatever you are, God bless you too. Subscribe. Hata kama unaangalia secretly. I know most people watch secretly. Please do subscribe. It's okay. It's unaangalia chini ya maji. Hata Ruto kama unaangalia, you know, F you, but you can subscribe. Joseph Badas, thank you so much. Let me give you guys a shout out here. Kila mtu ambao alikuwa in the chat section. Like I say, Clean Black Sneakers. Rosa M, thank you so much. Nice seeing you. Very active in the comment section. Bruce Yagdev, nice seeing you too. I haven't seen you for a while. Who else? Pharaoh Amose. Again, he respectfully disagreed with me, saying, I disagree on your assertions on Morara, but tell us how Ruto will be removed from power on Masuja Day. I just explained it. It's very simple. Actually, it's in the title. I said, through a popular revolution, what happened in Bangladesh, that's the way to go. The same thing we did in June 25th. Let's just make it on a larger scale. Tuende, mandamano kila siku. If we have 5, 2, 3, 4 million, even 1 million people in CBD marching to State House, Ruto will be out. He'll make the mistake of calling the new army watamwambia, hey, listen, your time is up, ishia. Okay? But thank you so much for your comment. I like the fact that you see it differently, which is fine. That's what it's all about, giving opinions and all that good stuff. Who else? Kabuda. Thank you. Kabuda is saying Ruto should stay. You Gen Z have been crying. Okay, whatever. But thank you. We appreciate your comment though. James Wangi. Ruto is the devil and the devil is Ruto. He must go like tomorrow. Kasmuel is a sellout. Absolutely agree with you. Deja, point blank analysis. I agree with you too. Nice for joining me. James Wangi, kama kawaida, like I said. Everybody else that was involved in this live, I thank you so much. I know you guys still have things to do, like I said. Thank you for joining me. It's been an hour to an hour, 27 minutes. Maybe you might catch me on other platforms. What people are saying. But I would like to thank you from the bottom of my heart. Again, if you're going to watch this on repeat or you haven't subscribed, please go ahead and subscribe, share, like, comment. And if you're already here and you haven't liked, please like the video. Again, thank you so much. And I will see you guys tomorrow. If not tomorrow, you'll just catch me this week somewhere. You'll catch me. I'll be here. Okay. Thank you so much. And I really, really appreciate all of you watching this. Even Wambao on Angalia kwa City. Thank you so much. Peace and blessings. And I'll see you later. I'm out.